Yes, people. So the brand I exited last year, one of the best months or 5 days actually we had on that store was $150,000 in 5 days. It was Branded Dropshipping. It was the store I sold and exited, making a big cash exit on a dropshipping store, which is pretty crazy. This store, the results I got on my screen, is a store we're working with now. Done over 1 mil this year, which is pretty crazy. So things are looking good for Q4 so far. The $150,000, obviously I sold the store last year, so I don't have the dashboard anymore. I've linked the video and the case study I did last year on it, so you can see all the results. You can see the live dashboard, so you know it's real. If you need proof of that, go in the description. You can look at the full case study. What I'm gonna be doing now is I'm gonna be freestyling, no script. I'm gonna be breaking down the exact same methods, but updated for 2024 of what we implemented then, which is congruent to now. Because obviously things change slightly to a degree when you're doing e-com. Also, I'm annoyed. I'm very annoyed. I have just moved into the office, so I've come back to the UK. I've got a studio. I've dropped $13,000, $15,000, I think $15,000 so far building it out. I've spent the last 2 days vlogging, building this office because we're building like an in-house team because we're scaling another fashion brand, not this one I'm showing now, another fashion brand, which is like my passion project. The plan is to scale that here for 6 to 12 months, build like a mini in-house team, get like models and content creators here where I'm located because it's a pretty good location for that before leaving the country again. But yeah, did 2 days of filming, basically like kitting out the office and stuff, lost the camera. So don't know what we're gonna do about that, but I need to order another camera, which is sound, doesn't matter. But I've lost 2 days of footage, which you guys aren't gonna see, but I will be filming another vlog documenting building the office. So I'll give you guys a little tour at some point, but we're doing it. By the way, I want to explain why the office will be good for me. I like commuting, I like routine, I like a place of work. Also, we've got the team and we've got all our boys in here as well. So it's going to be sick. Instead of buying a car or whatever, I bought an office to do more work. That's the vibe. But let's get into the video. I'm gonna be breaking down what type of product I was selling to do $150,000 in 5 days. The back end strategy, because you need to understand, you can't scale without a back end. You get loads of problems, Facebook ad account bans, high returns, customer support issues, etc. So I'm gonna chat some breeze about that shortly. Then I'm gonna talk about like the scaling strategies, ads, emails, etc. So I'm gonna dive into an ad account, talk about the structure. Quickly, I've got a website that is similar to the products we're selling and I'm gonna go over them. So before we get into this video, I would appreciate it. I'm filming this for free, dropping value off the dome. Like and comment, subscribe. Tell me you hate me, tell me you love me. I don't mind, do what you want. If you get on with what I'm talking about and you relate to it, long-term branded dropshipping, which enabled me to exit my brand last year, you can book a call with us below, one-to-one with our team, and start or scale your existing brand. Obviously Q4 is coming up, things are getting pretty tight on time, so if you want to work with us, jump in. Let's get into it. Quickly lads, cutting in quick, I'm filming myself on a video, the one that's in the link below of the $150,000. It's $116,000, it converts to $150,000 in 5 days. This is the YouTube video.
£16,000 in literally 5 days, so.
Video link is below. Right, what products did I sell? Right here in front of me, I've got a dropshipping store that is branded in the home decor niche. It was similar to this. Obviously, this is kind of high ticket products. Ours were like medium tickets. So our AOV in dollars was around $500 per order, which is pretty crazy with 70% margin. So you've got insane amount of money to basically spend for your cost per purchase when you're running Facebook ads, which is a great way to compete with any competitor. The more you can spend to acquire a customer, the more you can outbid your competitors. That's just how Facebook works. Let me talk about it. What were the products we sold? The products we sold were boring. They were boring products that were needed in a niche of audience of people that were happy to spend a lot of money. Just like when I bought this office now, I'm fitting out an office. I've just spent I've spent £2,000 on 2 chairs and a sofa. £2,000 on 2 chairs and a sofa in this new office, okay? Why was I happy to spend that? Because I want a place to look nice and I'm fitting out an office. What happens when you're fitting out a house? You need to buy the stuff. You can't not have a good sofa. I went to IKEA before buying this stuff to look at the sofas. If I went to IKEA to get what I got now, the vintage designer stuff version, but if I got the brand new version from IKEA, it would be £2,000 to £3,000. But as soon as I buy it, it will go down in value, okay? The vintage stuff will hold its value a little bit more. What is my point? People are happy to spend a lot of money on home decor. We branded our website as like a Scandinavian branded home decor store. So we put our prices up, so our margins were really good. So it was a medium ticket home decor store branded in like Scandinavian niche. That's how we presented it. Drop shipping completely from suppliers from China. We had a great relationship with our supplier. That was one of the things that benefited the most. Was why was our relationship with our supplier so good? I can guarantee we had a lower price for all our goods than anyone else that was dropshipping the same products as us. All the competitors that copied our store went bust. No joke. Over the space of 3 years, we're scaling. One of the reasons which it could have been is we had way more money and maneuver room, 70% margin on $500 products to basically spend and outbid anyone that was competing us. So the products we sold were in the home decor niche, Scandinavian branded. As well as that, we had a great relationship with our supplier. So the deals we basically got with our supplier is we found and whittled down from 5 suppliers. So we started with 5, and as time went on, over the space of 6 months from starting, we figured out which one was the best. The best one was actually the smallest manufacturer, because we could have the best relationship with them because we were generating them one of the most sales from the rest of their customers. It wasn't a massive manufacturer that had 1 million clients and didn't care about you. We were a client they wanted to build with long term. So the deals we got was any product that we got returned, they would refund us. Any product that had defaults, they would develop. On all our best selling products, we would get the best margins possible compared to everyone else, because I explained to them, the more I can sell, the more money they make. So if you reduce the cost of goods, I can spend more on ads and beat everyone else and sell more products. The other thing we did, on all the best sellers, we got a deal with them that they would not sell any of these other products to anyone else. We were the main supplier because we were selling worldwide anyway. If we can continue to scale, why does anyone else need to sell these products? It doesn't matter. So we got an exclusive deal with the supplier. That's like the benefit of working with someone small. We were developing our best selling products. So any defects or defaults we had, we were selling them and improving them with the supplier, because me and the supplier were working together as a team. The more money I make, the more money they make. So we want to reduce returns, increase revenue. That's the goal, and it worked. So what did we do? We curated a catalog that fitted the Scandinavian design niche on a home decor store. That was our brand. And we hit a target audience of like, obviously it's like 35 plus, right? Minimum 30 of people kitting out homes. These guys have full-time jobs. They've got loads of money, etc. So it was a product that fit the target market. We branded it well, so it looked high end. And we were targeting an audience with people with money. They weren't really thinking about spending because they're kitting out the house. They're fitting out nice modern homes. These people don't mind spending money. Our biggest order was £7,000. One order. We fitted out 3-floor office. So it was B2B. So we're actually going back and forth with them on the phone and stuff, which is pretty cool. And supplied it all from China, which is crazy, right? The game's crazy, but that's what we did. That was another thing. We actually on our store had a B2B section. So I think 10 to 15% of our customers were B2B. So not many people talk about this in dropshipping. If your store's presented well, you've got a good niche, you're branding it well, you have a really good supplier and your product quality is good, why can't you do B2B? Your supplier can provide you wholesale. If you do a fat order of £7,000, your supplier's happy to ship it all at once. And do you know what? You probably get a better cost per good on the bulk order. So that was a breakdown of how I branded the products, what I was selling, and the relationship on our supplier. Let's get into the back end. I'm going to talk to you right here so you guys can listen. The back end is super important. Q4 is coming up, so this will be repeating again. So we did $150,000 in the most important 5 days. So like the weekend of Black Friday, so Thursday to Monday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 5 days. Those are the days we did the revenue over. And obviously you scale the ads hard, but like I said in my previous videos, you cannot scale if you don't have a back end in place. Number one, you need to predict your increase in revenue you're going to be doing over the Black Friday weekend. And you need to understand if your back end can withhold that. If you do not do a back end and you are scaling, obviously the increase of returns could go up, especially if you're increasing revenue, the month later, the returns will go up as well. So these things need to be in place before you scale. Because for example, right, got to look at it like this. If you want to go like this, you need, we'll call it the staircase to hold the increase. Basically foundations. It's like foundations. To build a tower, you need foundations. The points to be working on is how many customer support agents do we need? Are all the SOPs in place? For example, if you have one customer support agent and you're doing like $100,000 a month and you're predicting you're going to be doing $300,000 in November, do you need another customer support agent for the amount of tickets they're doing? Or do you need to prepare your customer support agent to be working double the amount of the hours? Can your VA support double the amount of hours, or do you need to hire another person? Also, are all the SOPs in place? So the conversation line for a return, the conversation line for a certain issue with the product. For example, if the product sometimes has a defect or it can break on entry, or like it arrives broken sometimes, if that's one of your return problems, have you got a procedure for that? Have you got already a deal with your supplier for returns? Have you got a fulfillment center you can send returns to? Have you got a local warehouse to send returns to? Because sometimes when you're dropshipping, obviously if you're selling from China to USA, the customer's like, oh, well, I want to send the product back. You're like, oh, let's send it back to China. Not gonna lie, once you're doing over $100,000, like you need to change that. Like there's fulfillment agents or companies you can work with where you can send your returns back and they can reship them. If you say, oh, you have to send it to China, like they might be doing a chargeback. They're going to do bad reviews on your Facebook ad account and your Facebook ad account's going to get banned. Like it's not really something you want to be saying. I generally think it's better to just like keep the product and just give them the refund anyway. Have you got a procedure to also reduce like the amount of money you're spending on returns? So for example, if someone wants to return it, like they're like, not really sure. You'd be like, oh, we'll offer you 25% off. So you'd have like a partial refund script and things to say. So you need to get these SOPs in place. This is super important important because probably not a lot of people think of this. With dropshipping, obviously you're not buying stock up front. However, if you're doing $100,000 a month and you think you're going to get to $400,000 a month or whatever, you need to make sure your supplier has enough stock. Can your supplier support that? So get that in place. Speak to your supplier 2 to 1 months before saying, hey, this is the targets we think we're going to hit. We're going to be selling this many units. Can you definitely do that? Because you don't want to not communicate with your supplier and you scale to $400,000 from 100 and they're like, yeah, we've run out of stock. It's going to take an extra 4 weeks to ship this stuff out and then it's not arriving before Christmas, then you're fucked basically. Late deliveries, issue with products, chargebacks, bad Facebook feedback score, you're fucked. Payments on hold, Facebook ad account banned, etc. This is the stuff you need to be thinking about. What steps and foundations do we need to put in place to withhold and withstand scaling to these levels? This is things that we put in place, basically like customer support, making sure supply is good, making sure product return issues are good, etc. So we can do these numbers and it's not going to cause any back-end issues. The first Black Friday we actually got fucked. Payment holds, Facebook bans, like the first one 3 years ago. Second one was fine, third one was fine because we learned what to do. This one should also be fine. One crucial thing is like the Facebook feedback score, man. The increase of sales and Facebook feedback scores where customers can basically review them ordering. So if it's a bad experience, they're going to give you a bad review. If your feedback score goes down, your Facebook ad account can get banned. So you need to be doing good shipping, good customer support, good product quality. These are like the tips of the Facebook feedback score. Right, scaling with Facebook ads. What we need to understand is the preparation you need to be doing to basically maximize this big weekend of the 5 days of Black Friday, okay? On this ad account, you can see we're trying new stuff, to be fair. So we're actually running a campaign to the UAE. Basically what we have been doing is these are all pretty much newly launched. To be fair, the results are not too crazy at the moment. I don't know why. I think the CPMs are going up. Obviously the competition is high in this niche as well. So it's been a bit of a slower to the month. Obviously we're still spending a lot. One of the main goals now is to basically increase spend, even if it's less profit, to place our auctions higher for November. So we are above everyone else. As well as this, the margins on these products are super high. So like the break even is like 1.2. So even at the 1.6 ROAS we're at now, we're still making decent profits, which is good. Basically the preparation you need to be doing is testing as many creatives as possible, angles, styles, blue ocean content, which is different types from what you're normally doing, finding winning creatives to which we can put them into scaling campaigns. When we're doing scaling campaigns, especially in the 5 days, so for the weekend of Black Friday, you got your testing campaign, scaling, CBO or Advantage Plus, as in CBO or ASC, which is the Advantage Shopping campaign. Usually what you want to do is you want to be duplicating the CBOs on these big offer weekends, making crazy predictions of your budgets, which must be within your bounds of your data. So for example, if you're spending £2,000 per day, you can double that to £4,000 per day on these weekends if the results are there for your creatives. And you'll be doubling them up with CBOs of like 1 day click attribution windows. So you can see what the results are in a short period of time. This is one of the ad accounts for scaling. I'm going to show you the structure now. These are the scaling campaigns we basically want to be using. So the CBO or ASC, what you can actually do as well, you can do the CBO into an ABO, where you basically scale via the ad sets. This is also working pretty well in some ad accounts I've seen. But the main thing is the Advantage Plus is basically building up the data, but the CBOs I think do scale better generally for me. You want to be duplicating these with lower attribution windows that are quicker, so 1 day click, etc., rather than 7 day click windows, and putting big budgets on to basically spend more on the day. Obviously, because the offer that you've got should be producing more sales along with the Black Friday and gifting season. So you really want to push out and scale. So we were doubling our budgets and pushing our budgets crazy within these 5 days, as well as that, hammering the emails. So 5 days of scaling, 5 days of emails, pushing the Black Friday offer. One key thing that we did was the 3 months prior, obviously testing creatives, you need to find these winning creatives and put them onto the Black Friday offer. So let's say your brand's been running for a year, analyze your ads for the full year, figure out what's been working well. Anything that performed well, put it into a Black Friday offer version, change the text, change the music, make it Black Friday focused. Or if you've done UGC, get that UGC creator to refilm it with talking about the Black Friday offer. So this is things that we did. Right guys, peace and love. If you want to work with us, book a call.